everybody, it's me, Steve Schnee, and you are watching the CD Junkie. On this episode of CD Junkie, forget the tags. The tags are so January. This is February 2025, and it's time to play the Holy Trinity Challenge. And I do this about once or twice a year. I like to do this. This is really fun. Sometimes people enjoy it. Sometimes people don't enjoy it. It doesn't matter. But if you want to play along, you could make your own video. That would be great. If you just want to put your answers in the comments below, that would be great too. I just like doing it. And what's the Holy Trinity Challenge, Schnee? What are you talking about? Well, the Holy Trinity Challenge is essentially you choose an artist that has 5 or more studio albums, and you pick the 3 consecutive studio albums that you consider their Holy Trinity. And I have some examples here. You cannot use a live album. You cannot use a compilation album. And the albums have to have been released consecutively. So the first, second, third, or the second, third, fourth, or the third, fourth, fifth. That's what the Holy Trinity is all about. You can't just go, well, with Pink Floyd, I'm going to choose Metal, Wish You Were Here, and The Final Cut. You know, you can't do that. You can't just pick 3 randomly out. I mean, well, you can. I mean, you know, I have my rules for the Holy Trinity Challenge, but you can make up your own, because it seems like every year that I do this, people just make up their own random rules. But the rules, again, the artist or band has to have 5 or more studio albums, and it could be any genre. It could be jazz, classical, soul, rock, punk, whatever you want. And then you have to choose the 3 albums that were released consecutively that you would consider that group's Holy Trinity. And again, no live albums, no compilations. Now, I will say that a live album or a compilation that could have been released in between these 3 albums, I'm talking about only studio albums. I've got plenty of examples here. Let's start with, and these are in just random order, T-Rex, their self-titled T-Rex, then Electric Warrior, and then the Slider. These are what I consider the band's Holy Trinity. And the way you can look at the Holy Trinity is, if you don't have anything by the band and you want to get into an artist and you don't know where to start, this is where you start. The Holy Trinity is essentially your recommendation to a new fan, or, you know, it's your favorites. Again, you're not saying, hey, these are the 3 best albums. These are your 3 favorite albums consecutively released by a particular artist. Let's do some more here, folks. Devo, Duty Now for the Future, Freedom of Choice, New Traditionalists. Those 3 albums I consider the band's Holy Trinity. If you want to get into an artist, that would be the 3 albums that I would recommend. Here's another artist, Das Monkeys, More of the Monkeys, Headquarters, and Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. All 3 of those are absolutely fabulous. You know, but if you're thinking like, no, I'm more of a Beatles fan, well, how about Solo McCartney? Let's go Wings at the Speed of Sound, London Town, Back to the Egg. Those are the 3 albums that I think released consecutively. Now, you can go back and you can go McCartney, Ram, but then Wildlife comes in there. And I'm not a big fan of Wildlife, so that wouldn't be part of my Holy Trinity. You know, you could go, well, Red Rose Speedway, Band on the Run, Venus and Mars. That's a good Holy Trinity. This is my Holy Trinity right here. Let's look at the Jam. So you're looking at Setting Suns, Sound Effects, and The Gift. That's the Holy Trinity here. Some of these things I've featured in videos before, so don't think that this is, deja vu. I'm just using it because, look, I'm not a big enough channel to where everybody has seen my videos, so that's why I'm revisiting some of the same artists, such as Boomtown Rats, Tonic for the Troops, Fine Art of Surfacing, and then Mondo Bongo. And there's the American and the British one, both of which are pretty different from each other, you know, because they switched out a couple songs, and then what that does, it sort of changes the mood of the album. So sometimes I tend to like the mood of the American version of the album, and sometimes I like the mood of the British version. So I've got a few more here to go through. Let's go squeeze. Cool for Cats, Argy Bargy, and one of my favorite albums ever, East Side Story. This is probably top 10 favorite albums. But let's move away from them and let's go to Roxy Music, Manifesto, Flesh and Blood, and one of the greatest albums of all time, Avalon. That is Roxy Music's Holy Trinity. And then let's go to New Wave. I love New Wave. Depeche Mode, Speak and Spell, Broken Frame, and Construction Time Again. Now with Depeche Mode, I could have gone one more this direction. So start with Broken Frame, then go Construction Time Again, then go with whatever, I forgot the name of the album after that. How am I calling it a Holy Trinity if I can't remember the name of the album? Well, I had it next to me a couple minutes ago, but this is what I chose as the final Holy Trinity. What about, I'm trying to think of another band to think of. Aha! That's right, Aha. Hunting High and Low, Scoundrel Days, my favorite album by them. And then Stay on These Roads. And finally, the final Holy Trinity band I'm going to show you is Das Beatles. Beatles for Sale, Help, Rubber Soul. Now, I could have gone Help, Rubber Soul, Revolver, but then Beatles for Sale. Now, there's a couple songs that, you know, Mr. Moonlight. But generally speaking, I love the songs on this, and it's really absolutely terrific. That is examples, my examples of the Holy Trinity. What would your Holy Trinity titles be? Again, an artist with 5 or more studio albums. You pick the 3 consecutive releases that you feel is the band's Holy Trinity, and you either make a video about it. You can put 1 band, you can do 10 bands, or however many I did, or you can just write them in the comments below. And you know what? You don't need to do anything at all. This is just a suggestion. It's fun. Something to do. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell for future notifications. And until the next time, remember me. I'm Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie.